Welcome, or tervetuloa, to this information session on the Master's Degree Program in Education and Globalisation. My name is Mairead, and I'll be your host today. I am also a student in EdGlo, so I'm very excited to start this brief information session. Let's start with introductions.
So my name is Audrey Paradis. I'm a PhD in education, and I'm the program director for the Master's Degree in Education and Globalisation. And I am a student teacher for students and teach several classes in the program.
Hello, my name is Anaïs. I'm a second-year student in the EdGlo program, and I come from France.
Awesome. Thank you both for being here today. So I want to start out with a question for you, Anaïs, about how you found the University of Oulu and the EdGlo program and what that process was like for you.
First, I learned about studying in Finland and the University of Oulu on the Study Info website, where all study programs in Finland are listed. And then I got interested in the EdGlo program, so I started looking for information on the website, on social media.
Great. That's awesome. Thank you. And then can you talk about, once you decided to apply to EdGlo, can you tell us what were some of the requirements for the application and for the admissions process?
So first, I had to upload the motivation letter and also a paper about my research interests. And then also there were some administrative documents. And then after that, I was invited to an online interview.
Great. And Audrey, maybe you can give us some insight into what the faculty is looking for in those admissions papers and process.
Yes. So like Anaïs said, there is a couple different rounds in the application. So there's a paper round and an interview round. So for someone to make a really good impression on the application in the paper round is that you have to be very specific to the program. You should be very personalized to what we do, clear and concise, and written in a pretty clear way. Then you should also be able to show interest or expertise or studies or experience in education, in social justice, diversity, equity, these kind of different issues. And yeah, like the attributes of the people that we're looking is people that really show a will to learn, a show to change the world for better, enthusiasm for the future, and really wanting to be part of a community of learners to learn together.
Absolutely. That's fantastic. Thank you. Then once people have been admitted to the program, can you say something about what the program structure looks like over the 2 years of the course?
Yes. So it's a 2 years program. And there is advanced or the major studies with a lot of courses. There is also a minor. There is an internship that often students do abroad. And there is also a master's thesis that students can pick the topic that they want, which further provides them a specific expertise in the courses that they get.
Great, thanks. Anaïs, maybe you can give the students' perspective here. What do you think has been helpful in your background before you came to EdGlo to help you succeed in the program?
I think what has been the most helpful is the experience I had studying abroad before, because I think what's the most important is not to have a specific study background or work experience, but really to have a state of mind where you're open to learn from others who have very different and interesting experiences, because our classes are really centered on discussing and dialogue, and learning from one another and what we know from our previous experiences.
Yeah, absolutely. As a fellow student, I would agree. We do a lot of discussion in our classes. So then after the program is over, Audrey, what do graduates go on to do?
So we train the students to be able to evolve in different paths after their studies, either in research or administration or planning. And that could be done in the educational field, of course, but in the public sector, the private sector, the civil organization sector. And a lot of our previous students work as coordinators, as project planners, as consultants, and of course in work that has to do with global education, diversity, equity, human rights, peace education, all these kind of different issues. So that's usually where the students go.
Yeah. That's great. Anaïs, do you want to talk some about what your ideas for after the program are and how those have developed over your time here?
My ideas about what I want to do in the future have changed a lot since I entered the program, because through the readings and the discussions and also my internship, my perspective on things has changed a lot. So now, for example, before I didn't know anything about research, and now I'm interested in that field, for example. So really the program has opened me to new opportunities that I didn't have any idea of before.
That's great. That's really exciting. And then how are you fitting that into your master's thesis? Do you know how you're going to adopt like your previous views with the classes, and then how does that end up being a thesis topic?
I think the master's thesis is really an opportunity to fit all of my previous experiences together and use what I learned during my bachelor's degree and also the different perspectives that my first year in the EdGlo program has helped me to develop on it. And I would like to make the master's thesis a way to end my studies and reflect on what I've learned throughout my journey as a student.
That's great, yeah.
And if I may add, the master's thesis is a really good opportunity to train yourself for PhD studies after, if you want to be, working there, but also if you want to create a very specific expertise for jobs that are not necessarily related to research. It's a great opportunity to pick a topic and really research it well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you both. Then the program seeks applicants from around the world. Can you talk some about what the logic behind that is? Yes,
so our degree program is 16 years old now, and when it was created, and still the idea behind the design of it is that we really strive to pick people from all over the world that have different walks of life, different backgrounds, different studies, but that they have a similar kind of profile in the way that they're all wanting to make a difference, change the world for the better, education for the better. So we don't want to just have this course approach to multiculturalism or theoretical approach to intercultural competences, but we really want the student to live that experience firsthand and to really become better in all these spheres in a very kind of experience-based way rather than just a theoretical way. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Anaïs, maybe you can talk some about what that means for the cohort and for an individual student who's coming to Oulu and how that contributes to your life here.
You mean how life in Oulu as a student is?
Yes, and especially being part of a cohort of people from all over the world.
Yeah, so I think the experience we have as a cohort in EdGlo is really specific, because we are a small cohort, so it's really easy to make friends, and also we spend a lot of time together and we help each other a lot throughout our journey in EdGlo. And also outside of the EdGlo cohort, there are a lot of opportunities to meet other students in activities that are available at university. And also the living environment is really nice because there is a lot of nature everywhere. So there are a lot of outdoor activities available. So I would say it's really nice to be a student in EdGlo and in Oulu. That's
fantastic. Audrey, would you like to add anything about the experience of living in Oulu up so far north?
Well, I've been in Oulu for quite some time, coming from Canada, and I absolutely love Oulu. Like, the nature is everywhere and the bike paths are amazing. So I still am without a car by choice, and I bike summer and winter in the nature to come and go to and from the uni. So I think it's a very peaceful and beautiful place to be.
Yeah, Oulu. Fantastic. Yeah. Well, thank you both for being here today. It's really been a pleasure to talk about my own program and hear your thoughts on it. And I would just like to remind applicants that the application for the master's degree program in Education and Globalisation will be due in January, and encourage you all to look into it further on the website.